Ref streamer, he's gonna ping in. Okay. Welcome everyone back to the Quaver Official Tournament 2023 Swiss Week 1. First match of the day being streamed, I believe. But yeah, we are here with Selling Femboys, interesting name, and Cuasi71. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But yeah, should be a very interesting match for sure. Guess we're gonna get straight into the rolls. Rolling for warm-up, of course. Player's confused a little bit here. Looks like we have an issue with selling femboys here. Something's going on. Oh yes, we do have another commentator here.
Hello,
Who is Kip? Please introduce yourself.
Hello,
Yeah.
I am Kip, also known as Walmart 5193 for the Osu people. But yeah, this is gonna be, yeah, like you mentioned, probably our first matchup streamed this on this actually early weekend on this Friday here. So
Yeah,
as
we
we're gonna
don't
see,
normally get matches during the week, which is interesting.
yeah, selling femboys is gonna win the role just by 3. Just
This is for warm-ups, right?
as
It's
oh
not.
my goodness, I
Yeah,
got trolled
it's
by the
just for
ref.
warm-ups. It's all good.
Thanks, ref. I got trolled.
Oh, the ref rolled. Oh,
Yeah, this is simply just for warm-ups.
a little bit of trolling. All good.
As we
So
just
this
have to wait for
guy,
Quasi to roll.
he is figuring out how to roll. He's struggling quite a little bit here. Nice roll. If you were
Oh,
playing,
thank you.
you would have won.
Yeah, and I would have gotten the get my first warm-up. Oh, Quasi gonna roll a 71. Actually gonna get the first warm-up.
Okay. Finally, we can get the warm-up started. Welcome everyone, just joining the stream. We're about to start the warm-ups for each player here.
Yeah, as Quasi will be going first, and then selling femboys will have their turn to pick their own warm-up.
Certainly an interesting choice, Drift by Glamour. A lot of players definitely familiar with this map set for one reason or another. Pretty straightforward jump stream.
Yeah, of course, with that Eurobeat tune,
Yeah.
you can't really go wrong with just adding a sample bit of jump stream. With it's kind of just your peanut butter and toast to your bread and butter, pretty much. If you have Eurobeat, it's most definitely gonna be jump stream.
I don't know. Take a look at Joel. A little bit of Eurobeat speed action going on over there. But yeah, I genuinely cannot wait for this to get started because oh my god, they're taking their time a little bit.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to wait a bit.
But it's not the end of the world. Seems like we're finally starting.
Yeah, and here we go on 1.3. Wait, one's on 1.35 and one's on 1.3.
Yep, very balanced. Bit of a push warm up here. These are selling femboys already dropping on the intro there. But
Yeah,
he is playing half rate higher.
Ooh, dropping again. As these are just warm-ups. These aren't the actual maps in the pool. But despite that, selling fanboys is having that rate advantage over Quasi with the added up rate, but accuracy-wise, not doing well as Quasi is right now. It's only 0.05 of rate difference, but that can really change a lot.
Absolutely. But Quasi also struggling a bit there in the end. Anyway, very, very short warm-up. Thank goodness. So, I believe now we have selling femboys warm-up. I think that was Quasi's warm-up. Quasi?
Yes, selling fanboys will get their warm-up now. It's gonna be shower noise.
Shower noise. By Aya. Well, mapped by Aya. Presumably the audio is from Aya's shower.
Is it actually? No way.
Believe so. All right.
I mean,
Well,
it says II shower noise, so we have to assume that the artist is II, and this is from II's shower.
I don't know why they would pick this as a warm up, but you know,
Oh, they're putting it on. Okay, they're just gonna put it on 2x rate. That's fine.
3 seconds. Damn.
And 3 seconds just went by fast.
And Quasi just fucking clutched that out. That's 2-0 in the warm up for Quasi. Quasi beating it, selling femboys on their own warm up, even though it was 3 seconds.
It was a very interesting, warm up. As Quasi actually gonna win the role, so they'll be able to, I believe, either pick or ban first.
Yeah. It's somehow the most interesting and also not interesting warm up at the same time.
Oh
It's very
God,
uneventful.
we're just gonna hear shower noises until they actually get a map. Oh
It's just listening to
no!
this. There's just a shower noise on loop. It's lovely. Maybe if these players could hurry it up a bit.
Okay, our streamer did do the bright idea of just control peeing their Quaver client, so they get the pause.
Maybe shower noise is better than no noise. Who knows?
Yeah, it's just radio silence now if we just don't talk.
Interesting. The
As
struggles
now,
of being a new tournament player. They have no idea.
yeah, and now I'll be selling femboys ban as Quasi gives up their ban first, so which means selling femboys will get the first hand with ban, and they're actually gonna go for Ban Kwong for their ban,
Yes.
so getting rid of LN early,
Straight up getting rid of
which
the coordination pick. But I don't blame selling femboys for doing that, obviously because of, it being over 4 minutes long, quite easy to choke on. Or, there's a lot more leniency for you to mess up.
yeah. And it looks like Quasi's gonna be banning Street by or banning Fee.
Yeah, we really are just falling asleep here. I can't wait any longer. Yes, we had Phi being banned, or no? Oh, they're banning nah. The dead stamina pick. Okay,
Oh,
all good.
as now it is Quasi's first pick now. Maybe they got confused and maybe are and probably gonna go for the pick on Fee.
Selling femboys
Just
complaining about that ban quite heavily.
oh, actually gonna go for Miami Hotline Volume 3 right off the get-go. Thankfully, we're gonna get
Straight
rid of
up
that
going
shower
for it.
noises now.
Yeah. We'll have to see how Quasi and Selling Femboys do this. I don't really know too much about both these players. I know that Selling Femboys has more of a strength than Rice, I'd say. They're more of a Rice-focused player. Other than that,
Yeah.
I can't say.
Well, this is the SV pick, so it's pretty much a bunch of surprises to see on what happens. There's not
Yes,
really
but
any advantages unless you've played the map over and over and over again.
there's a bit of a disadvantage in the case of Selling Femboys being a more Rice-oriented player. There is a lot of long notes used in this, so the releases might be quite tricky, especially with the SV on top of that.
Yeah, but as we can see, Selling Femboys is having that accuracy lead right out of the get-go. with
Yeah.
Quasi almost dropping down to the 97 margin.
Yeah. Crazy not doing too hot here.
As
We'll
it's
have to
about,
see how it develops when we get into the long note section.
yeah, getting into the drop. Ooh, Quasi finding early 200s. I mean, early greats, sorry. I'm getting used to that Mania talk. But Quasi finding lots of greats in this LN section, but so selling femboys as they find a miss.
Both players definitely struggling quite heavily here. You can see Selling Femboys is struggling a lot with some of these long notes. Lots of late releases. And it's getting neck and neck.
Yeah, now we're just relatively tied. Quasi's actually starting to take the lead now. As you were right about the LN, Selling Femboys really took pretty much a big accuracy drop from those LNs and maybe even just the SV themselves. But now Quasi is going to have a bit of a lead into the back half of this chart now. About 0.2% of a lead for Quasi now.
Pretty sizable difference in accuracy between these two players now.
Yeah, but
if Quasi is able to hold this lead in the second chorus, we saw how hard Selling Femboys struggled with the first one. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold.
Yeah, this is the final SV part, like the main SV part of the chart before it mainly just winds down. But as we see both players comboing, Selling Femboys finding a lot of damage with these SV, lots of greats, as Quasi not really gonna have the same story, almost climbing their accuracy back up to the 97 mark, and there's just not enough chart left. Quasi gonna be taking the first point on the SV pick.
Not really how I expected that to play out, but yeah, definitely Selling Femboys struggled with the long notes as I mentioned in the chorus. They are quite tricky, so it's fair enough.
Yeah, but now it is Selling Femboys' pick, so they could immediately go for the rice section.
Absolutely. They could very much even up the score with a good pick here.
Yeah, and they're gonna go for base slut, so
Very, very confident on that. I have no doubt in my mind that Selling Femboys will do well on this pick as a rice or jack-oriented player.
it's actually gonna be base bleep. Sorry.
Yes, the the filter kicking in, of course.
We gotta love the filter.
We do indeed.
And here we go.
Can they please get the intro? Question mark?
Selling Femboys.
Hmm?
Press space.
Yeah.
Or press your skip button. I'm in.
Uh-oh.
You gotta press your skip button.
We're good.
As we can see, Selling Femboys having the early accuracy lead over Quasi, but we just started. And we're already in the back half of this chart. It's gonna be around 0.04% of difference now.
Selling Femboys definitely with a sizable lead here on these perfects. All he has to do is hold on.
Yeah, it's very, very close. And then again, it's still around 0.04%, but there's still this last core jack section to go.
On these jack picks, it always comes down to just a few perfects for a lot of these players. So all it takes is just like a small chunk of perfects or a few areas where they start hitting early, and it's over pretty much.
Yeah, but as we can see, Selling Femboys is looking on the bright side of things. 99.96 to 99.89.
Ow. Very, very impressive scores. There we
And
go.
just like that, both players winning their respective picks. And it's going to go right back to Quasi on what they want to pick. It's going to be a bit of a tricky road now with their SV pick going their way. But now it comes down to if they want to go for LN or they want to go for Rice. Or there's even those hybrids in the pool as well.
Yeah, and you can see from the score screen, even though it was 99.89 to 99.96, that's over half the perfects on Selling Femboys. Definitely a lot stronger score on that pick. And it looks like we're going straight into the light stamina pick, Sympathy. Definitely the easier of the two stamina picks for sure.
Yeah, and here we go.
Getting straight into it. Selling Femboys probably favored to win this one as well. But we'll have to see how Quasi can do. Quasi? Quasi? I guess we'll never know.
Quasi, where'd you go? Oh wait, oh my Quaver's just dead. Wonderful.
That's quite unfortunate.
Unable
we're
to
about
connect
30...
to server.
We're about 33 seconds in. Currently, Quasi is holding an accuracy lead over Selling Femboys by about 0.06. It's quite a sizable lead in perfects over Selling Femboys here. Very good job so far.
Yeah, it is Quasi starting to take things to their advantage, as it's almost a tenth of a percentage of difference.
It's a crazy huge lead for Quasi here. We do have another few jump stream sections coming up, but if both players just keep going the way they are, then it's looking like Quasi's gonna win a second point on his own pick. We're gonna have a bit of a back and forth going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too much to go here. Quasi's still holding a 99.9. Very, very well done so far. Selling Femboys looking like he's not going to be able to get this point here. He desperately needs these points on the Rice picks. But then again, we also don't know how proficient Quasi is on some of these long note picks. Maybe both these players will struggle quite heavily. We'll have to see.
Yeah. As we are about to near the end here, as we do reach the end, it looks like Quasi will be taking it, and it will now be 2-1.
2-1 it is. We'll have to see what Selling Femboys picks next, but I predict it's going to be another Rice pick. Both these players definitely favoring Rice at the moment. And here we are. The lighter Jack pick, Close Eyes. Looks like Selling Femboys is going for a round 2 on the Jack picks. Let's see if he can do as well as he did on the first one. And
Yeah, and
secure
I feel
himself
like
a free point.
with Close Eyes, it's definitely the more easier, or definitely the easiest to play. Uh, yeah, it's mainly gonna just come down to the ratio, I would say.
I'd
Especially,
say the 1-8 trills in this chart are definitely harder than base slut. I'd say base slut is probably easier, in my opinion, to act.
yeah,
Those
that
trills
would,
can definitely, you can definitely drop some perfects on those if you're not paying attention.
yeah, that would be definitely the hardest part of the chart.
Obviously, the hardest part would be the jacks if these players did not have the physicality for it, but it's
And
clear that both of
oh,
them very much do. So
both
it's all
players
good.
dropping a couple perfects at the beginning, but selling femboys is gonna get the benefit out of that with finding less, as Quasi is only behind by around 1/10%.
And straight out of the gate, we can see selling femboys holding strong against Quasi, just like he did on the last pick. Quasi dropping a lot of perfects though. He's going to need a miracle, or he's going to need selling femboys to really mess up here if he's going to want to take this lead.
I believe there's a few more of those trills we were talking
Oh,
about sprinkled within
and
this
Quasi,
chart.
Quasi drops a bad and a miss. Hello?
On my side, it looks like Quasi's dropped nothing.
Dropped a couple of misses. Maybe I'm losing my mind?
You probably are. But anywho, final part of this chart. After we get past this little break section, I would bet you probably both of these people's grade counts are in the double digits, but the low double digits. And here we go.
I think maybe the
Final.
client's bugged.
Yeah, Klein has been bugged for a bit actually.
It's been no grades from either players on my client. But Quasi did drop quite heavily in the midsection.
And it looks like selling femboys will be taking the point here.
Selling Femboys is going to be taking this point by an absolute mile. There is nothing Quasi can do to come back here.
Oh, as we can see, look at, we can just see by the ratio 34 perfects to 103.
Yeah, absolutely massive difference. And there we go, Selling Femboys taking the game up to 2-2.
Yeah, we are now tied again.
Very impressive score so far.
But now it's Quasi's pick.
I'm going to predict that they pick Rice Tech. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I hit the nail on the head. These players are really running out of picks here on Rice.
Yeah, they're gonna go for Fuego.
I believe there's only the speed pick left. There's nothing else in Rice other than the tech and the speed. And yeah, let's just jump straight into this. I like how Kisu is putting good luck and drink water before every game.
I mean, drink water.
We're gonna make them get up and get a full glass of water. Fill up.
Yeah. But here we go. Underway with Fuego. Both players holding that X rank right now, which is pretty wild.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Don't know how long they'll keep it. And there we go.
Oh.
The first burst, both players. Quasi already finding a great on one of the starting bursts. There's a lot of snap changes and I think a couple of polys in this. And Grey,
Yeah.
so it's just a lot of complex pattern that's going to be quite difficult for both players to act, I predict.
Especially with these bursty streams coming in. already, right out of the get-go. Ooh, but it looks like Selling Femboys might have actually traded. Ooh, but Quasi
But
finds a
Quasi
major accuracy drop.
finds another couple of greats there. Really not looking good.
As more of these bursty streams come out now. And now it's mainly just the graces coming in now.
Selling Femboy is definitely the more consistent player overall throughout all 4 of these games so far.
And here we go into the Grace into the Grace Jacks.
Yeah, very difficult to hit with 100% accuracy. You're definitely going to drop Hervex on those.
Selling Femboys is slowly starting to take this lead now by a roughly 1/10% now.
Why is he actually gaining quite? Oh,
Quasi finds a
okay,
drop.
okay. Well, it looks like I shouldn't have said anything, but it's gonna take a miracle for that's it really. There's nothing
Yeah.
Quasi could have done. Dropping misses at the end there, and Selling Femboys taking the point. Taking the point on Quasi's pick for the first time this match, giving a big advantage to Selling Femboys.
Yeah, taking a break point now, actually. Taking the first break point of this match.
But yeah, we'll have to see what they pick now. I'm very interested. I wonder if they're gonna jump into hybrid to reduce the amount of long notes, or they're gonna go head first into maybe Queendom, Lanterns.
I would say
What was
probably
that?
the... Oh yeah, because I think there's only a couple rice picks left to go.
There is only one, and it's the speed pick. We'll have to see.
Yeah, but they could also go for concentration 174.
Which they will pick.
Oh wow, yeah, they're gonna go for concentration 174.
We're calling all of these out.
I believe this chart actually came from Mania, if I am not wrong, or unless
You are not mistaken on that, I believe.
Yeah, because I remember playing this on Mania, so
We sourced a lot of the pools from other games, but also here, of course.
yeah. But what I can mainly say is that you definitely want to take that title of consistency to heart. You rarely get breaks throughout this chart when it comes to those very tricky LN with that rice in it. So
And as
definitely-
I've mentioned a couple of times already that Selling Femboys definitely has been the more consistent player through all these matches.
yeah, but long notes have been their weakness.
Very, very true. And some of these releases are going to be hard to hack.
Yeah. Oh, as we get into this coordination section, oh, it's Quasi actually losing their S plus, going down to the 98.6s as I saw both players drop. Oh, but Selling Femboys finds a miss.
It is neck and neck for both of these players already. They're trading back and forth.
Yeah, and the build up into the main section here, and here we go with these, with these like these
Just the
very
repetitive
slow
patterns.
long notes. Selling Femboys comes back up to the S plus now, actually
Quasi
gaining
releasing
on the
quite-
pattern.
Early on some of these.
Yeah, and here come these tricky LN jack type patterns here, and here we go into the first break of the map. It's gonna be Selling Femboys with a 99.19, and oh, Quasi jumping up to the S plus now. So it's about 0.2% separating these two now.
Quasi finding a couple of greats on some of those releases. He really needs to clean it up. But this could definitely go either way. But Quasi dropping so many greats on this bridge section. It's crazy. And it's not looking good for Quasi if he keeps up like that.
Yeah, about a minute and 10 seconds left to go in this map. As selling femboys 99.29, Quasi 99.13.
And those repeated jumps there, really difficult to act the releases. You can see Quasi's struggling quite a bit. But both players managing to keep their accuracy and hold it about the same level.
Ooh, but Quasi's starting to bleed a little bit with that accuracy. Losing their S plus as selling femboys still up to that 99.2 section. But there is still 30 seconds left of the trade. These players are not far away from each other. It could just take one bad drop from selling femboys, and it could even go Quasi's way. As we can see, the combo is in Quasi's benefit.
You can see a lot of greats coming out from selling femboys here, though. And it's really not looking good. He really needs to hold on, but he loses his S plus.
Wait. Oh my goodness!
But there's 5 seconds left. There's no way. There's no way. And selling femboys is going to take the point.
Yeah, it was getting really risky near the ending. As we saw selling femboys hitting really early, even starting to rush those LNs with, probably with maybe nerve and such, which gave them the accuracy drop almost down to Quasi.
Yeah, his MA really saved him there, I think. Quasi getting a lot more, I think, release issues, but selling femboys dropping some misses there. Almost killed him. It was close. It was very close. I think the nerves might have got to him.
Yeah, the nerves really settled it.
That point definitely is what he needed. It's now 4-2 in favor of selling femboys.
As selling femboys is only 2 points away from taking a guaranteed Swiss point. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is their third. If they receive the 2 benefit Swiss points from the seeding.
I don't believe these players started with 2 points. They're quite low down in the seeding.
So they probably both started with 1 then. So. It is Quasi's pick. They still have that 1 rice chart left.
So it turns out actually both of these players are sitting on 0 points. So whoever loses this is not going to be playing next week. They will not be able to continue in this tournament.
Oh yeah, because I think there's like 5 Swiss weeks, if I'm not wrong.
There is 6.
And you need 5.5 to move on, I believe, if I'm...
At the end of all 6 weeks, yes. But if you have 0 by the end of this week still, you will be eliminated.
Yeah, but you need at least 5.5 to move on.
From after 6 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, so this is pretty much gonna be the end of the line for one of these people, as they're gonna go for lanterns.
The LN Tech pick, very interesting. I wasn't expecting them to actually pick LN Tech here. I was thinking they were gonna go for the Rice speed, but neither players seeming like they want to go for Rice. And moving on to long notes, maybe they forgot it existed.
Yeah, it was looking like they were just going to not really go for it, but
I believe the 2 bans were Nanana and Bang Kwang. So
yeah, as we can see, Quasi having a bit of an accuracy advantage through the beginning.
And there's a great there, or good from selling femboys, definitely dropping a lot of accuracy there. Not good. Oh, another great. He really needs to tidy up those releases. It's not looking good.
Yeah, Quasi looking to make it 4-3 with this, but we're nearly crossing over that halfway mark.
Oh, and Quasi really dropping a lot of greats and goods there.
Yeah, as now it's going over to selling femboys, but it's only just by 0.2%.
Devastating here for Quasi.
As they're dropping down to the 98s now.
They're just, it's almost like they've given up. They're dropping so many grades on these releases. Struggling so hard here. But I don't blame them for that. It's quite difficult.
And as it stands, it looks like selling femboys will be taking this to match point, but there is still a bit of map left to go.
Just
So
so
not the end of
so
the
many
line.
greats.
Yes, so many greats coming from Quasi. It looks like it's just not going to be enough. As selling femboys on the brink of match point, looking to punch their ticket up one Swiss point and looking to eliminate Quasi here.
Yeah, he'll be gone. Completely gone. But yeah, I don't know. 2U map, really? The physical long no pick? Okay, interesting. Anyway, I was saying that the that Quasi actually had way less perfects than selling femboys on that, but they just couldn't act those releases. They had like 60 less perfects.
I'm more or less shocked that they called it the 2U map than what it's actually under, the LN physical.
A lot of people just call this Marmoku because of the lyrics.
And hopefully
But
this
since
time
the name isn't
Femboys
Romanized.
puts on mirror.
Yeah. Wait, Mirror? Hold on. Okay, interesting.
They were complaining in the chat about on concentration that they didn't have mirror on.
I see. Well, we're jumping straight head first into this intro here. Both players, the accuracy's evening up. But Quasi's really going to need to act these releases a lot better. It seems like he's just not letting go of some of these long notes, but selling femboys with an absolutely massive drop. He's a whole % down. What happened?
Oh man!
He's
Yeah,
poking
it
his match
looks like-
points.
There's no way.
There's still a lot of the chart left to go, so let's not call him out for the count now, especially since we saw how Quasi was playing on the last long note pick, not able to act any of these releases, but doing a lot better here.
Yeah, looks like it finally snapped in Quasi's head on how to play long notes, as
This
they
one-
are doing extraordinarily better now.
Yes, but I'd say this pick is less technical on some of these releases, so it's understandable that they're doing better on it. It's just a bit more physical, you know, as the physical pick for the long note category.
Ooh, but look, as selling femboys is slowly but surely catching up. As now they're starting to find a bit of accuracy drops now. Quasi starting to find some accuracy drops. As selling femboys is actually finding goods. That's not what you want, but things are starting to get really close now.
Oh my goodness!
There's
Wow!
no
Wow!
way
Wow!
they.
Wow!
Wait, and the lead's going to sell. Wait, lead's going to selling femboys. No way. Quasi find the
Incredible.
drop.
Quasi
This
really
l-
just needs to gain. He needs to gain. He needs selling femboys to mess up. There's only 4 seconds left.
And it looks like selling femboys has just punched their ticket
And he's won.
into Swiss Week 2.
He's won. That's it.
And Quasi gonna be eliminated from this tournament.
He's
Gonna be
going home. He's going home.
Yeah,
He's not coming
Pack
back.
your bags.
Oh
Yeah,
my
pack-
goodness.
pack up,
Congratulations
time to
to
go
selling
home.
femboys for winning the set.
Yeah, as now you have gained your 1 Swiss point. 5 more to go.
Yeah. A tough journey ahead, certainly for selling femboys. Near the bottom seed of this tournament. Definitely favored to win this as he's seeded a bit higher in the qualifiers. But Quasi definitely put up a good fight, especially on some of those longer picks. It was very interesting to watch. So thank you to both the players.
And that will probably wrap up our this little match we had for today, unless we have some later on throughout the day.
We have a couple of matches going on later. In a couple of hours, I believe. I think we have a couple more being streamed. That will be Jake Park 0325 versus Remo, I believe is being streamed. My Angel Mioi, the Puta. And A-Star versus Kaboom Cake. And this is all happening around the same time. We'll have to see which of those matches are streamed, but yeah, 1 or 2 hours, and there'll be more content for you. So, yeah. And I guess that's going to be the stream for now.
Yeah. Anything to close us off, or?
No, that's it. All right. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, so long everybody.